Hey guys, it's Erin, HappilyWeGo, and I'm so excited to be back with another Music to Art to collaboration video. Now I wanted to do something a little bit different this month, and I purchased these Jane Davenport pages on clearance, I think at Michael's forever ago, and I have been trying to use up stuff that I have around my house. So today I thought it would be fun to do an entire journal spread with maybe one color of paint, but all just paper. If you've just joined us for the collab, then I'll give you a quick overview. Michelle, Jenny, and I love music, and we thought it would be fun to have a journal made out of a record album, and each week one of us would choose a song that speaks to us and just makes us really feel like we want to art. So this week I chose Walking on Sunshine because, hello, how can that song not make you want to dance? So let's jump into the playtime. I immediately noticed this little line here. You can't see it there, but I decided I wanted to put a border around this week's page spread. So I'm just going to go about a 1/4 inch all the way around the page and then paint it with black gesso. This book has tons of beautiful papers, and I loved this kind of bluish greenish watercolor one and thought it would be beautiful for like a hillside background because I was thinking, you know, sunrise. So I have these wonderful dies, and I thought I would just use this one that was kind of wavy, cut it out, and make our hillside. So, like magic, it's all cut, and now we can put our hillside together. For our sky, I thought it would be fun to use this one that's very mixed media style with tons of art marks and everything on it, and I cut it down to size. Now we're going to cover over it, but I think it'll be really beautiful for our sky. Now I'm just taking the paper, I drew a circle on it, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that out with the X-Acto blade. I'm going to go ahead and glue it down with some matte medium and make sure to give it a good push so it adheres very well. I'm just touching up a couple spots here with the black gesso. Now I want to keep with the frame, so my page is a little bit big. I'm just sort of kind of measuring here, and I'm going to grab a pencil and just mark my lines so I know where to cut and make our hillside fit to the page. To add some fun grass, and I'm going to use another one of these die cuts, and I will put all of the dies that I used today down in the description box below. So let's get some fun grass made. Bam! There we go. And we'll go ahead and line it up and get it glued down. Now that it's all glued down, I'm just going to measure it again to cut it down to our size, and there we go. So here's another one of Jane's beautiful watercolor pages, and I thought this would be perfect for our sun. Really brighten up the page. I also love how the sun kind of comes down into the grass and looks like the rays are warming up the ground. So now remember that circle that we cut out. I wanted to keep that because she has another page with the same paper, and I'm going to line it up and draw a circle here. Now what I want to do is create an interactive page, and this is how we're going to do it. Now that my circle's drawn, I'm showing you here, I'm just going to cut along the outsides. I'm leaving a little bit of a border around our circle, straight up and down. Now I cut one side just a little bit wide, so I'm going to trim that up so it's even. And now I'm going to futz a little bit here and line up where our circle is, so that way I can cut off the bottom of the paper so they match. So I'm going to move that out of the way, and now you see we have the circle of the sun, and then there's the circle there, and I'm going to line them up. So we have, here's where our circle was, and I want this to be a slide out. I'm going to pull it from the top so it reveals our sun rising. So I'm just marking where the bottom of the circle is, and then my brain's trying to catch up here for a second, and then I'm going to flip my circle over because I want that sun to be kind of framed as we pull it up. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that bottom half circle out, and this will make more sense as we go along. So now you get a little idea there. So we're going to create some barriers along the sides so that way it slides easily, and I'm just taking some masking tape and I'm folding it in half, so sticky side to sticky side. And then what we're going to do that for the 3 sides, and then what we're going to do is tape it on to where our slide is going to be, so it helps channel it and keep it in place, and it's not going to be all willy-nilly. So I have one piece down on the bottom, and then I'm going to do one piece up each side. Now my camera totally shut off, but I'm going to show you here what I mean. So I just have our little slots there, and I taped them down, and then I taped the bottom on so that way our slide doesn't fall out the bottom of the page. And then this will keep it where we want it to slide up and down, so that way our sun will be revealed right in the center of our record album. So I'm just going to do a little extra taping here to make it nice and sturdy, and just wrap that along the sides, and then we're going to test it out. Now it seems a little bit wonky now, but once we get it glued into the book, it won't have any wiggle room. Now I just realized we hadn't glued our grass on, so we're going to go ahead and do that with some double-sided tape, and then we can go ahead and play around with our slider. Sure you don't tape the top of that hill or it's going to glue into your circle. So you want to leave that one area free so it doesn't stick to our slider. Oh, so fun! I feel like I'm walking on sunshine already. So I wanted to do something with that tab on the top to kind of make it look a little bit more like a tab. So I'm just going to pull this out. I'm going to futz with it a little bit because that's what I do. I'm keeping all of that in because I want you guys to see that an art journal page is a journey. I don't always have things figured out. I got to kind of put things back in, take it out, put it back in, take it out, you know, a couple 100 times, I swear sometimes. But, you know, we get it figured out, and that's all that matters in the end. So I'm going to grab my double-sided tape again and go ahead and tape that on, and then I'm going to trim around it with my scissors to make it all nice and pretty. blend with the top to keep with our frame feel, I'm just going to go ahead and paint it with black gesso. To adhere our page into the pocket, I'm going to use some more double-sided tape. I'm going to put 2 pieces on each side, but as you know with double-sided tape, once and done. So to give us a little extra leeway and some wiggle room to make sure we get that circle that we have on our watercolor paper lined up, I'm going to go ahead and use some glue stick over top of all of the page. That gives us just a little bit more wiggle room, and then it'll dry permanent, so we won't have to worry about any more sliding. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have glued that second piece of the paper on top because it sort of gets stuck where they were glued together, but that's okay, we're gonna roll with it. Now I got this fun little dancing guy from my friend Karen, and I thought he would be super cute, just him as a silhouette to put him on the page like he was, you know, walking on sunshine. So I found a darker piece of the Jane Davenport paper and was able to strategically cut our little man out. And now I'm going to glue him on. I think it's fun that he's kind of holding on to the heart up there. I love that. So now I'm just going to futz a little bit and try and get him how I want him within the grass and on the hills. For my sentiment, I thought I would grab that dark paper again and kind of pull that into the bottom. And I'm just ripping out some pages, and I'm just trying out some different shapes to see what I like and what calls to me. I grabbed my Tim Holtz stickers, and could I find what I wanted? No, but I decided it might be fun to mix and match the different sizes with the words that I wanted, so that's what I decided to do. So I love looking at songs lyrics, not just, you know, singing along with them. And there's one part where she says, "I feel the love." And I was like, you know what? That is totally what this page needs. I feel the love. The guy's holding the heart, the sun rising. Like, it's just a magical time for me. So that is what I decided to do for my sentiment. And I'll hold it up here. It's different sizes. It's kind of funky, but I'm totally feeling the vibe. And then I'm just going to grab my hot pink gel pen and sort of kind of make that heart pop. But seriously, an entire journal page with just paper. I'm so excited that we went on this journey together today. I know that it's been a really hard time for everybody with what we've been going through, the quarantine, all of that stuff, and hopefully this art journal page brought just a little bit of sunshine into your life today. I hope you're able to check out our collaboration. If you do join along, be sure to use the hashtag music2art2 so we can see all of your work. Mad loves to you all, and until next time, happy creating.